Lions TV post-match analysis for the game at home versus Swansea. This is such a difficult one to sort of try and explain. I feel like the performance was 10 times better than what it was against Barnsley. 100 times better, more effort, more consistency. I felt like the midfield done what it was meant to do this game. Defence done well. And we'll get on to the striking. If we go through the team just quickly, but Bart, he made a couple of saves. In my opinion, that the goal that Brewster scored, I thought he's got to be tipping that over the bar. It's not powerful. It's not in the corner of the goal. I just don't feel like he's even attempted to jump to get that. He looks slow and lethargic for that. You know, I really can't make any excuses for him. I feel like he should have got a hand to that. Murray Wallace for me was man of the match. Got himself about constantly, kept Ayew out of the game, and he had a good couple of chances which really he should have put away. Hutch and Cooper, I felt like Cooper kept Brewster at bay. He was man marking him almost, and Romeo again. You know, just doing what he does best. Really links well with Jed, and when Jed's on his A game, them two can be a formidable pair. Now the midfield. Now usually I moan about the two centre mids in Woods and Williams, but I felt that they worked really well today. I felt like Woods sitting back but allowing Williams to push forward a lot more. Wood and Williams actually done a lot of work that most people probably didn't notice. They stopped Swansea playing through the middle, stopped most balls coming through the middle, and that's why Swansea couldn't get anywhere near us. You know, they really did cut that out. And Williams, you know, apart from what I said in the last video, didn't even realise he was on the pitch. Well, we really needed him on the pitch today, and I feel like he done a blinding job for us. Ferguson did okay. And Jed had a much better game than last week. I seem to keep saying that every week though, that Jed has had a better game than last week, and maybe he just needs a bit of momentum to keep going. Up front is where we're struggling at the moment, really struggling. When Bennett was on, Bennett gives us options all the time. He's always willing to run, he's always willing to you know, look for a goal, look for the space to find a goal. And it speaks wonders for the goal that he scored, because he drifts into the area late. Wallace sticks the ball into him, and it's an easy finish for him really. But he had to get into that area first. But going into that, this is where Bradshaw lacks. And you know, I've been a big fan of Bradshaw. I really thought he was the answer to our problems, but he's really not, and I don't know how many opportunities we have to give him before we realise that he isn't good enough. For the goal, for the Bennett goal, you just have to look where he's standing on that Bennett goal. He's at the back post in between the defender, the goalkeeper, and Jed. Jed is never going to be able to get that ball to him ever in a million years. He's never going to be able to get the ball to him, and this is the problem that we seem to have. He's never in the right position, and he doesn't create enough opportunities, and he doesn't look hungry for it. Jed put a ball through to him, and in my opinion, all he was looking for was the foul. When we thought we might have got a penalty, it was outside the area anyway. But he doesn't look hungry to score a goal at all. He chases the ball down well, he does this well, he does that well, but he doesn't put opportunities. And I'm afraid if you're our number 9 in the centre of attack, you've got to be hungry to score goals, and if you're not, then you know, don't bother. Then you have Mahoney, and look, Mahoney can deliver a class ball as and when he wants. I'm one of these people that have constantly said, you know, give him that chance, give him a chance, give him a string of games. And when I saw Bennett injured, I thought, you know what, this is his opportunity to shine. I didn't see anything special from Mahoney. There's nothing that Mahoney did that Ferguson can't do. You know, so why are we again giving him the opportunities? Now I appreciate that obviously this is a team that Rowett has inherited by a few, and it'll be really interesting next season to see who he brings in, what type of players he brings in, and he must know by looking at our squad what is needed. But for me, Mahoney is lazy. I don't think he's interested in playing for Millwall. I don't think he's a Millwall player. Bradshaw, unfortunately, as much as I want him to do well, he just hasn't got it for us. He doesn't get himself in positions. I mean, all we have to do is look back at the highlights of this game, and if you just look at his positioning, it's horrendous. He's never ever going to get himself in a goal scoring opportunity. He doesn't have that mentality. He's a scrappy, try and get a boot in a 6-yard box type of goal scorer, and we don't produce them type of opportunities for him to get. It's not going to work. Now, I've said it a million times, Matt Smith should be our first player on the team sheet every single week, and I understand why Rowett has done it the way that he's done it towards this game, and to be honest, it was working whilst Bennett was on the pitch. But in my opinion, the minute that Bennett comes off the pitch, we then have to work towards our strengths. Either put Bradshaw over on the left because he likes to have a run, and put Matt Smith in the middle, or just completely change it round. Put Ferguson on the left, put Matt Smith in, take Bradshaw and Bennett off, and bring Thompson in for some legs. We've got to start thinking about what is our best 11 and how do we push forward with what we've got for the rest of the season. Let's wipe the playoffs out. Let's be honest, we're not going to be good enough anyway if we get into the Prem. And actually, this is a good lesson for us to learn over the next 6 or 7 games. What we need, how we're going to do it, and just work towards that instead of this big playoff push that we all know technically really we're not good enough to get into the Prem anyway. So next 6 games, work out what we need, do proper Millwall performances, because that's all we want to see. We're not going to win every game. We're not Barcelona, but all we want to see is proper Millwall performances. Unfortunately for me, people like Mahoney, people like Bradshaw are not offering us that and haven't done for a long time. But 2 man of the matches for me, for our squad, I'm going to go Murray Wallace and Sean Williams, both for completely different reasons. Murray Wallace was a class apart in defence in my opinion, and also gave us an option up front. And Williams done a lot of unnoticed work this game, spreading the ball about, breaking up play, and that he was the one who was trying to give us the opportunities to push forward. On to Charlton on Friday. Come on, you Lions.